Okay everyone, this is the video for Classroom Synoptic Practice 1 Task 2.2. Many of you had questions with the pivot table in this particular task, so let's see if I can solve those questions. Okay, so let's start off. It is still the insoles company Fit where they manufacture shoe insoles. Okay, now first we open the sales quantity and analyze the information, add the heading total sales in cell E1 and use formulas to populate them. So sales quantity in A1 we are adding total sales and use formulas to populate. So total sales is gym sales plus the shop sales, and then continue doing that for all the remaining columns. Then use conditional formatting to highlight the three products with the most cells in right green fill. Within the three, in the green fill and text. So I think we need to have two different types of formatting here. Okay, so highlight it. Conditional formatting, top bottom rules, top 10 items, top 3 in green fill. So custom format, fill in green, and say OK, and see if we can add one more level of formatting to that. Let's go to manage rules and say one more new rule. I think we can, within these three, just select the top one and then you can change it. Okay, so we don't need to add one more new rule. So top 3 values they wanted to fill it in red color, in green color, which we have done. Then create 3 2D custom column charts in a new worksheet renamed charts. So they need to create 3 custom, I think it's not customer column, it should say cluster column. I think that was a mistake. So 3 2D cluster column charts. So one for the children's products, one for the women's products, and one for the men's products. So go here and first highlight your children's products. Okay, so these are all my children's products. Press your Control tab and highlight their sales also, because they only need to see the total sales. So insert a clustered column chart. So over here, more column chart, and that is your clustered column chart. Say OK and OK. So that is the first one. Change the chart title to Children's Total Sales. Then they need one more chart for women this time. So let's do the women's chart, and then we can move all of this into a new sheet. So first highlight the women's and then highlight their total sales also, and again insert and a clustered column chart again. This one is women's total sales. Afterwards it will be men's. So highlight all the men's sizes, select Control button and highlight the total also, and again insert custom column chart. And this one is men's total sales. Once you do all the sales, you can copy and paste the sales into a new sheet and then you can name it. Okay, so select the first chart, Control X, a new sheet, and Control V. Take the second chart, Control X, and in the new sheet, Control V. Take the third chart, Control X, and to the new sheet, Control V. So all the 3 charts are there. Just change this to charts. So that's done. Anything else remaining to do? In each chart, change the color of the bar for the best selling size to green and add suitable title and label. So in each chart we have to change the best selling one to green. We know how to do that. Just select the highest bar, right click and fill it into green. You can do the same for the remaining two charts also. I added a title already. If you want to change the title, you can do that. You need to add the titles to the axes also. So go here, design, add chart element and say axis titles. Okay. So we need both horizontal title and we also need a vertical title. So horizontal title is the size and vertical title is quantity. So just change it accordingly. So how I have done that is I went to design and say add chart element and you can do that. Okay. So that is the part A done. So let's look at the part B now. The conditional formatting and chart clearly shows a range of sizes which sell best but the insoles are standard products. So that means if a children's size 5 is there, it is equal to women's size 5 and men's size 5 also. So you need to put this information together. That is what amalgamate means. Okay. So create a copy of the sales quantity worksheet. So we need to copy this data. So I'll take all of the data together. Control C, open a new sheet and Control V. Name this sales amalgamated. So rename sales amalgamated. They want it remove the conditional formatting and make sure it's a third tab from the left. You can see 1, 2 and 3. If it is not third tab, just hold the tab like this and you can drag it if you want. Okay. So sales amalgamated, remove the conditional formatting. So select the column in which you set the conditional formatting and say clear rules from the selected cells. So conditional formatting is now removed. Starting the children's size to change the product names just to show the size, like children's size 2 should be changed to 2. So everywhere. So this children's size 5 will become 5, then 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is women's size 2. So again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then men's size 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we done everything. Now sort all the data from smallest to largest by product. So sorting the data now, smallest to largest by product. So highlight your data, sort smallest to largest by product. So custom sort by product based on this values. A to Z will be smallest to largest. Say OK and say OK. So that will be done, smallest to largest by product code. Where were we? Okay. Hide columns B to D. So they don't want columns B to D. So select them, right click and hide. Use the subtotal function to calculate the total of each product that is currently offered in more than one range. So select each of them which is currently offered in more than one range. So if you go here, 2 is in more than one range, 3 is more than one range, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12, 13, 14. Up to 13 they are selling in more than one range. 14, 15 and 1 is only one type of product. So don't select them. start from 2 onwards, okay, and then go up to 13 onwards, and then go to the data tab, subtotal, say okay. It is asking, do you want that specific area or you want to extend it? Okay, because we want to have the specific area, say okay. At every change in to, let's say we want to do a sum under the total sales column. Let's try that. Say okay. So we have the totals. So 1 is like that, but for 2 we have a total, for 3 we have a total, for 4 we have a total, and so on. Next, drag the subtotal figures from size 2 to 10 from column E to column F. So from 2 to 10, they are currently in the column E. They want you to drag it to column F. Oops, sorry. So from column E to column F, all the totals. Just checking that I drag the totals and nothing else. 6 total, then 7 total, 8 total, 9 total, and 10 total. They only wanted from 2 to 10, okay, so that's why I took only those things, okay. Then copy the figures in column F and paste values in H2 in the sales quantity sheet. Copy the values in column F. So Control C. In H2 they want you to paste, okay, so that is H2, so I paste them over there. Okay, so let's copy them individually, not the whole sheet. So from here to here only, all the subtotals up to the total 10. Control C and H2 Control V. Paste values please. Okay, so we got everything. Now drag the cells so that they are within the range H2 to H11. So they are everywhere dispersed. They wanted to drag all of them so that they are displayed from H2 to H11. This is just very silly work what they are asking. It takes time. I feel like I am doing the exam, guys. Okay. I think we dragged everything. So this is from H2 to H11. And here they want to do something. They want to change, put the heading total sales in H1. So in H1, total sales. Then in G1, add the heading products and populate them from sizes 2 to 10 formatted as text. In here G1, they want you to call products and they want to put the numbers. So this was for size 2 and this was for size 3. They want you to do up to 10. So after you type 2 and 3, you can just drag them and up to the size 10 will come. Okay. Then repeat the conditional formatting from task A to show the comparison between the best selling size within the top 3 products. So we want again the top 3 products highlighted. So select everything. Conditional formatting, top, bottom, and top 3. light green fill, I just leave the formatting as it is. You can change the formatting. Okay, so the top 3 sizes have been identified, which is 7, 8 and 9. Now let's go to the part C of the question. Tim would like to know where the sales are made for each of the ranges. Using the original data in the sales quantity worksheet, create a pivot table and chart to show the number of sales made in men's, children's and women's, in shops and gyms. Okay, and make it the 4th tab from the left in the spreadsheets. So go back to your original data and you want to do a pivot table. Okay, select the first cell and say insert pivot chart and pivot table and say OK, and make it the 4th sheet from the left. Okay, so 1, 2, 4. So 4th sheet from the left, and rename it to shop versus gym. Okay, now let's do the chart. So we want to do shop sales and gym sales. So drag shop sales and gym sales into your values, but you don't want to see them vertically, you want to see them horizontally. So change it and say move to legend fields. Oops, sorry, no. Move to axis fields. Oops, no, sorry. I was just doing this couple of minutes before to work it then. Sorry, let me start that over, please. Okay, so we have shop sales and shop gyms. These values are in the legend series. Drag it to the axis category and you can see shop sales and gym sales one below the other rather than vertically. Then we want to divide this into women, men and children. So drag the code to the legend series. So now you can see children's, men's and women. Okay, make the chart a little bit bigger if you want to see it more clearly, and change these words over here. You can do that. Children's, men and women. Men's and women's. Then you can see the chart is fine. Now they wanted you to arrange it, I think, in a descending order. So click on column labels and say Z to A, and then you can see the chart has been arranged in a descending order of data. Then they wanted you to change some colors, I think, in here. Let's take a look. Highlight with the green fill. You know how to do that, so we are not going to go through that. We done the descending order and everything. Now I'm in the shop versus gym worksheet. Change the presentation of the data into horizontal axis. So click on the chart, design, change chart type and change it to a bar. So instead of having a vertical chart, you will have a horizontal chart. Okay, so that is your column chart as your pivot table. Okay, so you can repeat the video again if you want to see. First drag the values into here, then drag the values which was in the legend series into the axis categories, and under the legend series drag the code, and then column labels, arrange them from Z to A, and then design, change chart type to change it. Afterwards, now we have to do the extended trial balance. So let's go to the extended trial balance. First they want you to calculate the sales. They say each sales unit is costing you $9.99, so we need the total sales first. We have the total sales here already, so let's make a final total of all of these sales by using a auto sum. So the total sales is $65,999. 999. So refer to that figure, equal to sales quantity 65,999. Calculate the sales, which is 65,999 multiplied by the selling price, and put this value into the sales value in the extended trial balance, equal to 659,330. You got the sales. Let's see what else is needed. Open formulas. So sales is done. Link the total, that is done. Update the ETB by posting adjustments. So first adjustments is we need to make an accrual for electricity of 1788. So extended trial balance, accruals of electricity. So electricity account will be debited and accruals account will be credited. We already have an accruals value here. Add the 1788 to that. Then the next one, machinery depreciation. This row is incomplete. Just drag it down a little bit to see the full information. Machinery depreciation, we need an extra depreciation of 6,210 to be added. So machinery accumulated depreciation account will be credited 6,210 and depreciation account will be debited. So add 6,210. You can type it also, won't make a difference. Then water damaged insoles. So these are damaged goods, so we need to reduce the closing inventory. So previously they reduced the closing inventory by 5,994, but now they realize that their net realizable value is 3,294. As you know, following the IAS 2, the net realizable value of the goods should always be at the lowest. So instead of recording 3,294, they have recorded 5,994. So we need to remove the difference between these two out of the closing stock, which is 2,700. There is no actual double entry for this, how to actually do it. We want to decrease both these closing inventories by 2,700. So in the adjustments tab, I will put 2,700 in both the debit and credit for the closing stock. So 2,700 here, 2,700 here. How I got 2,700? That's the difference between, That's the difference between 5,994 and 3,294. Okay, finalize the extended trial balance and calculate the profit or loss. So let's finalize now, see if there is any mistakes or anything which we need to correct, and then complete it. Okay, let's zoom it out a little bit more. Okay, bank loan is fine, capital is fine, sales should be on the credit in the SPL, equal to sales. Then purchases is there, repairs is there, motor vehicles at cost is fine, accumulated depreciation is fine, motor expenses is fine, rent and rates is fine, bank is fine, fixtures and fittings, accumulated depreciation is fine, wages and salaries is fine, discount received, drawings, insurance, machinery at cost, machinery accumulated depreciation is not entered. So equal to 32,672 plus 6,210. Then receivables is fine, payables is fine, VAT is on the debit because maybe this time you owe money from the HMRC, okay, so don't worry about that. Electricity, because it is an accrual, we need to increase it, so 9,242 plus 1,788. General expenses is fine, inventory, opening inventory is fine, accruals, SOFB credit, and prepayments, SOFB debit entered correctly. Closing inventory, SPL credit, so take the credit figure. We want to decrease it, so use the debit figure. Then the same over here. Take the debit figure and decrease it with the credit figure. So and your depreciation is already entered, 11,110. Is everything entered? Let me check once. Did I miss anything? Let me go once. Depreciation is 6,210, 3,294. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so let's go to the extended trial balance. I felt like I missed something. Depreciation is entered already, 11,110. Closing inventory is entered. Purchases, repairs, motor vehicles, motor expenses, rent and rates, bank, fixtures and fittings, discount received, drawings, insurance, machinery, machinery depreciation, receivables, payables, VAT, electricity. I put the electricity in the long column. Delete and put it here. This one plus this one. Okay, so that should have sorted out the problem. So let's calculate the profit now. So equal to the credit column minus the total of the debit column, which is 695,315. Transfer that to the credit side of the SOFP, 57,455, and the total is matched. To see if it is profit or loss, they want to use a if. Different ways of doing that. I'll try my method. You can use it if you like it. So if sum of G5 to up to G32 is greater than sum of E5 to up to E32. So I am checking the totals of the incomes and the expenses. If it is true, then that means it will be a profit. Otherwise, it will be a loss. So I'll say OK. So it is showing that it is a profit. So that is your trial balance, which is balanced. Okay. So I hope it is useful. I'll try to do the remaining tasks whenever it is possible. Okay. Thank you guys.